So in this part of the tutorial, we're going to basically be looking at how to create functional pages for you and your Shopify store. By functional pages, I'm referring to pages like your About Us section. I'm talking about your frequently asked questions page, your contact us page, and then later on in this part of the section, we'll look at our legal pages or our policy pages. Those would be our shipping policy, our return refund policy pages, also our terms of service page, and our privacy policy page. Let's get started with building these pages. So obviously, when you are still here on this part of your Shopify backend, you are gonna come to the left-hand side of your screen if you are using a computer or a laptop to work on your store. On the left-hand side, again, is where we find almost everything that we need. Pages are found on the online store. By clicking on the online store, you're going to see another drop-down menu that includes themes, blog posts, pages, navigation, and preferences. So we're looking to build pages first. So that is the first part we're going to click on. And as soon as we click on these pages, you're going to see that they already created some sort of contact us page, something similar to that anyway. So let's start by first creating the contact us page, because they've already made it for us by clicking onto it. We're not going to delete it. We're not going to do anything. We're just going to edit it. The first thing that we want to do is we want to change this into a contact us page. You can write literally anything here. It could be a hit us up page. It could be a like to hear from you page. But for this tutorial, we're basically going to make it contact us. So under contact us, we want to write something to tell the customer that they should consider contacting us. So this is going to be our contact us page. The most important thing about the contact us page here is, number one, the page should always be visible. Again, we want to basically make sure that firstly the page is always visible here, and then second thing is that if we are creating a contact us page, we want to make sure that the theme of the page is always on contact, so that it can create those spaces for people to come in and fill in their names, their emails, and whatever message that they might have for you and your business. After that, we're basically going to create, we're going to click on save, and we're basically done with creating a contact us page. Nothing more, nothing less. It's super easy and straight to the point. Now let's create an about us page over here. So we're going to click on create page, and this is what we're going to get. And then when we click on here, we're going to give the page a title, and like I said, it's an about us page, right? So second thing that we want to make sure that it's visible, which is always going to be visible. And then the theme template shouldn't be on contact us this time, because we're not making a contact us page, right? We're making an about us page. So now what we want to do is we want to write about us and our business. So this part of our store, this page rather, is very important, because you know the about us page helps us build trust and establishes a connection with our potential customers. It also tries to humanize our business in one way or another. So when it comes to the about us section, guys, we want to include things like your the history of the business. We want to talk about why and when it was founded. We want to talk about the vision and the mission of the business as well, and as well as your unique selling point when it comes to the about us page. So that's what we're gonna do here. So this is what I came up with. Again, you can ask ChatGPT to help you write things like this. Even Shopify can help you write stuff like this if you can't do it on your own. By coming here on the top left hand side of this, you'll see that there is a generate text. I don't know if I should call these stars or whatever, but you're always going to see that there is some sort of stars here. Let me move my camera and take it to this side again. So you're going to see that there is stars here. When we click on it, it says generate text. When we click on it, we can tell that this is an about us page. You can give it more information about when the store was established, your vision and your mission, basically anything, your values as a business and everything. You can write all of that information here, and then you can choose the tone that you want to use when writing, when this Shopify sidekick is writing for you and your business, and it will generate text similar to this. So basically, as soon as you're done, you're going to click on save, and you would have basically created an about us page. Again, nothing more, nothing less. We're going to do the same thing for the frequently asked questions page. So again, this is the frequently asked questions page, or you can even say FAQ. It totally depends on you and what you want to call it. There is no right, there is no wrong at the end of the day, guys. So with the frequently asked questions page, you want to ask questions. Remember, guys, that before you are a store owner, you are a customer too. And as a customer, you always have concerns. You always have concerns, especially when buying with an unknown or an untrusted store in South Africa. You always have concerns. Now, the frequently asked questions page becomes the perfect spot to address these concerns that you might have, because the same concerns you have are literally the same concerns I have too as a customer. They're literally the same concerns everybody else has. So under frequently asked questions page, you want to address all of those concerns. And again, just like every other page that we might have, I have already written these concerns here. For example, like, does your store have a physical location? As you can see, guys, you'll see that the question is written in bold, and then for the answer I have A in bold, and then the answer is basically normal. You can also change the colors if that's what you'd like. Change the color of this particular section, where you say that I want the questions to be, let's say, pink, and then you can change all questions into being pink, literally, for you and your business. Again, this is totally dependent on what you want to do and how you want to go about it. So you'll see that this is how I create the frequently asked questions page. And again, always make sure that it's on visible, and always make sure that it's on default page. And we basically going to click on save, and we are basically done with the frequently asked questions page. So again, what you'll realize is that we created the contact us page, we created an about us page, we created a frequently asked questions page. Now you can add as much pages as you feel for you and your business, what do you want to create. There is no formula, there is no wrong or right way to go about it. For example, if you did not talk about your vision and your mission for your business in the about us page, you can include it as a page over here where you say our vision and mission, and then you write about the vision and mission of your business and what you're trying to achieve. You can also include things like your sizing charts. You can include additional pages. Let's say, for example, you're running a competition and you'd like people to know the terms and conditions of that competition. You can create it under your pages. You can also create pages for your let's say you want people to earn a percentage. It's called affiliate marketing. If you want to create an affiliate marketing page, you can, and give people the terms and conditions of your affiliate program, get them to understand it, and everything else in between. You literally can create it under the pages that we have just did, or we can create it on this section, of this Shopify that we're on. So after this, we want to create additional pages. Like we said earlier on, we also want to look at creating our legal pages, or our policy pages, if you may. These are important pages because if you're going to be selling on platforms such as your Google, your YouTube, your TikTok, your Instagram, your Facebook, Twitter, they all require you to have policy pages. As you can see, we did not create any policy pages from this page section that we are on under the online store. For those, we'd need to click on settings on the bottom left hand side of our screen. And then when we click on settings, you're going to see that when we go all the way down, you'll see that there is policies, which is what we are looking for all the way down here. So we click on policies, and again, you'll see that we need to create 1, 2, 3, 4 basic pages. We don't need to create the contact information page because we've already created the contact us page in the previous section that we were busy on. So now let's start with the return and refund policy page. Now, guys, I can't stress this enough. It is very important for you to understand all of these policies because it is you, the person that is going to relay these policies to your potential customers if they ask about them. It is your duty to be able to understand them. It is your duty, or it's your responsibility to understand them and be able to summarize them and explain these policies in very simple language, right? So when we click on the return and refund policy, this is what we're going to get. You'll see that Shopify provides a template that we can use here. We don't have to write this ourselves. So we click on insert template, and this is what we're going to get. Let's scroll all the way up. And then the first thing that you're going to see is, again, you're going to realize that you need to read through everything firstly to understand what is being said and to see if this policy needs any type of changes when it comes to you and your business. For example, the first thing I see is that it says that we have a 30-day return policy. I feel like that's shooting myself in the foot, so I wouldn't really do that. I would say that at least a 7-day return a policy, if you accept refunds and returns on your store. Again, you see how this is dependent on you and how your business operates. And if you are drop shipping, you obviously need to go talk or communicate with the supplier to understand their shipping and their return policies and their refund policies, and also their shipping policies and everything else you might need as a store owner, right? So you basically need to read through this and make sure that you agree with what is being said, and also to make the necessary changes, guys. Again, what I picked up is you'll see that Shopify is going to use the email address that you use to sign up with Shopify when they are writing this policy here. As you can see, they used my personal email in this case. So you'd want to change that into a more professional email, like for example, info@your storename.com, or returns or refunds at yourstorename.com or .co.za, depending on what your domain is. So again, you'll see when you read through this, you'll see that it says that please note that returns will need to be sent to the following address. And then it says insert address. You as the store owner has to insert the return address. Now this return address is going to be the address where returns, or the customer sends the returns that they want to return. This could be either your address or it could be the supplier's address, depending on how you handle returns for your store. And if you don't have a supplier, you're selling your own things, you're going to choose whatever address that you're working from. Again, please read through all of this and make sure that you understand and agree with what is being said. And then when you're done with that, you basically click on publish and we are done. Let me move this to the side here. Yes. And we are done. And then with the privacy policy, you need to do the exact same thing. However, you'll realize that it's automated. So it's most likely going to automate itself to stay, I don't know how to explain this, but to have it's gonna automate itself to give itself the details that you have on your store. So there's no need to basically look at that. And then we're gonna go to the terms of service. We're gonna literally do the same thing that we did on the refund and return policy page. Again, you need to read through this, make the necessary changes, and make sure that you understand and agree with what Shopify has written in that for you. And then with the shipping policy, you're going to realize it's a little bit different, because the shipping policy doesn't have a template. That means that you have to write it on your own again. Now, again, guys, if you are a drop shipper, you're going to need to communicate with your supplier and make sure that your supplier tells you how they go about the shipping. How long does shipping take? How do they deliver or ship the products? How much does it cost? Everything that you need to know. Now, guys, you are not going to write 2 or 3 lines when it comes to the shipping policy of your store. You need to go into extra detail as you did for the other policies that we did above this one, like the refund return policy and the terms of service and the privacy policy. You need to go into detail. So you are going to write something that is similar to what I have prepared over here, which is basically, it talks about our shipping partners and timely delivery. It talks about the charge for the delivery. It talks about how long delivery takes to be processed. It talks about how to track the package. It talks about shipping limitations. And then it talks about address accuracy and delivery complications and everything else in between. Again, if you're not able to do this for yourself, you can go on to tools like ChatGPT and have it write that information for you. However, you need to have that basic information in hand, like how long does delivery take? How do you deliver? Do you use Aramex, Postnet, RAM, all these PEC or whatever? And how does it go? Does delivery have limitation according to package size and all of those type of things? So you need to discuss everything. So after all of that, we have basically created all the pages that are necessary for our online store or our e-commerce store to basically get started. So again, we haven't started building the online store. We're basically looking at building the components that make up the online store. These are one of those components that make up the online store in order for the store to be fully functional.